We are back at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts for the last half of the second string of the finals in this Ladies Pro Series three-person event, better known as the Rose Between Two Thorns. And as you can see, it's a 17-pin lead right now for Norm Pelletier, Kim Pelletier, and Joe Smith. A couple of light pocket hits. Jim Ayotte with the 7 drop. He has 58 half. Norm Pelletier had 52 half. And Norm with a nice try there. You can see that 7-pin slid over a little bit. He had the 3, 5, 7, 10 with some wood, and we'll give you another look at that in just a moment to show you how the 7-pin slid over. That's $10 for Norm. And take a look at this. The 7-pin, you will see, it slides over a couple of inches and almost goes. I don't know how a pin can go further over than that and not fall. So, in any case, Norm with the $10 and Jim Ayotte with an 8. Norm Pelletier smashes the 1-3 pocket, drops 9, leaving the 5-pin. Jim Ayotte light in the 1-3 pocket. He's got 2, 4, 5, and 7. And Norm goes by the 5 on the left side. Missed opportunity there. Wow. Jim Ayotte smashed that 2-5 pocket, so to speak, and the 4-pin, he hit a little too high on the 2-pin, and the 4 was deflected around the 7 instead of into it. That'll be a 9 for Jim Ayotte against the 10 for Norm Pelletier. Norm now with the 4 horsemen right side, 1, 3, 6, 10. Jim with a 4 drop. He's got the 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Difficult lead on the left side. And he goes by it, so Jim still has 6 pins to convert. Norm with a nice $10. And then Jim Ayotte with an 8. So Norm has 82 through 8. Jim Ayotte with 83. Another light 1-3 pocket hit by Norm Pelletier. He's got the 7 and 10. And there are several pieces of wood on the deck. It looks like there are, I think, 4 pieces. He's conferring with Joe Smith, I think, as to what to do with that wood. He's probably going to use those 2 pieces of wood that are roughly where the 3-pin used to be. See if he can get one of them to cover the 10 and the other one to take out the 7, but I'm not sure exactly how you need to hit that one. And he went too high. We'll just hit the cap and push that first wood straight back. Whoa, and Jim Ayotte pulls back on it. I don't think I've ever seen someone come that far through his delivery and still successfully pull up and stop and try again. And nice bid there. He almost converted that 7 and 9 off the wall. The wood came off the wall to get the 9, but it didn't quite get over to the 7. He's got a $10 though. Picking up 2 pins. Jim Ayotte with 93 through 9. Norm Pelletier with 90. I'll bring you up to date on the score as soon as they're finished. Jim Ayotte with an 8 drop. Good spare leave to look at, the 610. And Norm will be open in the 10th. And there's a spare by Jim Ayotte, so he'll have one ball to cover to cut into the lead. Norm Pelletier with a 9 box. Jim Ayotte with a chance to take advantage of that spare in the 10th. And he does with a 9 drop. So let's take a look at the score again. That cuts the lead of Norm, Kim, and Joe to just 3 pins, with 2 bowlers remaining, those being Kristy Lipke and Bob Whitcomb, and Kim Pelletier and Joe Smith. So Kristy will take over on the left lane and Kim on the right lane. Kristy is working on that spare that she had in the 5th. So she will have a chance to give her team the lead. And Kim Pelletier with a 9 drop. So Kristy Lipke does give her team the lead by 3 pins with that 6 drop. But it might be a short-lived lead unless she can convert this 2-4-5-7, because Kim Pelletier is probably going to make this spare. She has no trouble with that in the 6th. Nice shot by Kristy Lipke, spare in the 6th to match the spare by Kim. That's 4 consecutive spares by Kristy Lipke. 6 fill by Kim. And there is a strike in the 7th by Kristy Lipke. Sort of a medium mixer off the wall. That's 5 marks in a row for Kristy. She has 90 through 6, and then the strike gives her 100 through 7 plus the fill. And there's a nice 4-7-10 conversion by Kim Pelletier for a 10 box in the 7th. And in a close match like this, every pin is important. Kristy working on the strike, and she makes a nice run at a double strike, but leaves a split. She came in the 1-2 pocket pretty solid, but she's looking at 5, 7, and 9 piece of wood at an angle, and she gets the 5 and 7 but not the 9. So that's a 9 fill on the strike. 109 through 7 and 118 through 8. Kim Pelletier with 82. So after being ahead by 32 pins coming into this string, Norm, Kim, and Joe have watched Jim, Kristy, and Bob turn it right around. So it's a very close match at this point. And a spare by Kristy Lipke. So she has given her team pretty good lead at this point, and again and here's a sort of a kickboxing move by Kristy Lipke. You would not want to get in the way of that one. Bring your helmet. Kristy with the fill, it's going to be a 6 fill. She has 134 through 9. And Kim with the half Worcester, and then going over on the other side. And another spare by Kristy Lipke in the 10th. So Kim will be open in the 10th, and she will have a 6 box for a 96 game, while we look at the spare by Kristy in the 10th, which she will fill 144 with 1 ball to go. And as soon as she fills this spare, we'll take another look at the scoreboard. That's going to be a 7 fill and a 151 game for Christy Lipke in the second string of this final match. Here's a look at the scoreboard, and you can see that it is now a 35-pin lead for Jim Ayotte, Kristy Lipke, and Bob Whitcomb. However, Joe Smith is working on a spare in the 5th. Or that is, he was working on a strike. So he has another ball to fill that strike, and he's got the 4, 6, and 10 piece of wood that he might be able to go. Well, let's see what he can do. And he's got it. Great shot by Joe Smith. He went low on the left side of that wood and was able to cover that 4, 6, 10. So that cuts 10 pins off of that 35-pin lead right there. And he's going to have a chance to cut it still more because Bob Whitcomb is open in the 6th with a 10 box. That makes it a 25-pin lead, and Joe has this fill. There is another strike. Wow, that's another 10 pins cut off the lead. That makes it 15. I don't want to try to do too much math because I'll get it wrong, but Bob Whitcomb with a 6 drop, and this is a pretty important spare right here. He's got the 1, 4, 7, and 9 piece of wood, as you can see, that might help him make it. And great shot right there. Let's take a look at both of these again. Joe, high flush, 1-3 pocket. Really solid hit. That was very similar to the strike that he had in the 5th box. And meanwhile, Bob Whitcomb with a nice shot there on the spare, just about perfect. Joe Smith goes by the head pin, but he's got a pretty good break. He has some nice wood that might help him convert this if he can hit the, just keep it on the head pin. Bob with a 6 fill. 6 fill. Nice try by Joe Smith. And that'll be a 10 box for Joe in the 8th. And Bob Whitcomb with a 9. And let's look at the scoreboard with 2 boxes to go. And that, as you can see, it's an 11-pin lead. That in the 7th box is actually a 6 fill for Bob Whitcomb, but the total is correct. And it's an 11-pin lead for Jim Ayotte, Kristy Lipke, and Bob Whitcomb with 2 boxes to go. And another strike by Joe Smith. Very solid high flush 1-3 pocket hit, and that was clutch right there. With an 11-pin deficit to make up. He pretty much needs 2 marks, and that's one of them. Bob Whitcomb looking at the 1, 3, 6, 7, 9 with no wood to probably help on this. And he goes by the head pin, so he really wants to clean up as many sticks as he can on this last ball because he knows Joe Smith is going to remove most of that 11-pin lead with the strike fill. There is a 10, great out by Bob Whitcomb. Again, both of these guys are clutch anchor bowlers. Joe drops 7, 2, 7, and 10. Some wood. Definitely a makeable spare. Bob Whitcomb in the 10th. He drops 9. got the 10 pin, also with some wood. And Joe Smith, great shot for the spare. He just crunched that 2 pin, and the 2 pieces of wood covered the 7-10 nicely. So that makes it a 1 pin lead right now for Jim, Kristy, and Bob. And Bob Whitcomb with the spare. Mandatory there, obviously. So with 1 ball to go, Bob Whitcomb's team is leading by 1 pin. Joe Smith with the crucial fill in the 10th, just 5. So Bob Whitcomb needs 4 pins to tie, 5 to win. Wow, right through the middle, punches out 4. That means it is a tie game after 2 strings. At what should have been the end of this 2-string final match in the Ladies Pro Series. As you can see, 32 pins one way in the first string and 32 pins the other way in the second string. So we are going to go to extra innings here. 1 extra string to settle this match, and have no fear, we've got that. We'll be back later.